Right, Sid, move around the side and pop a cap in his ass. Yeah. Oh, we just missed him. That teaches me to talk, over my own gameplay.
Retrospectable.
Before we continue, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and stay notified to never miss a future upload here on Retrospectable. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Retrospective Rambling here on Retrospectable. Today we're taking a look at Gears Tactics developed by the Coalition. The creators of the other Gears of War games, Gears of War 4 and Gears of War 5, or Gears 4 or Gears 5 as they are more commonly known now. So upon watching this back, I realised I forgot to mention Splash Damage also helped develop the game in conjunction with the Coalition. I'm sorry, bad Connor. Immediately right off the bat, we can see the cutscenes in this game are fantastic and they stand on par with Gears 5 in terms of graphical quality. I will say immediately also, if you have a 4K display, if you have an Xbox Series X, Xbox Series X, this game is really going to pop. It's going to look brilliant, and your investment will ensure this game runs in the best way possible and looks the best, on those systems and on that hardware. So we see our main character Gabe Diaz and Sid Redburn here, emerging from what appears to be a bank vault, and they are making their way back to their vehicle, the APC, at the other end of this environment, as you'll see in the gameplay looking back here. This video essentially is you watching this gameplay back with me and getting my general thoughts on the game, and watching this gameplay back together and discussing it as we go. So right off the bat, you'll see the environments are very nice and they do pop. The war-torn, destroyed city look. Familiar to Gears of War fans, it still looks good though, and it still holds up. Other real-time strategy games I found don't need to pay as much attention to detail as, games in that Gears of War sort of vein, as the camera angles placed differently, it looks more isometric in nature. But here in Gears Tactics, the Coalition, they've made some nice looking environments. And here you see me picking up a common case, which is just the game's version of loot crates. They vary in rarity in like a tiered system. The equipment from these crates is used to upgrade your characters, attach weapon mods, and pretty much make your characters stronger as they continue through the game. Your characters are completely disposable unless they are Gabe or Sid, so they can die, so be careful, because if you make the wrong move, they're going to have a real bad time. They're probably going to get torn apart limb from limb in typical Gears of War fashion. Yeah, be wary of that. This game doesn't hold back on the gore factor. It's every bit as much Gears of War as you would expect, albeit with the obvious twist on the gameplay. So here we see enemies emerging from an emergence hole, E-hole for short. Do not call it an A-hole. Don't make that mistake. I almost did the other day when I first played this game and talking about it to a friend of mine. So yeah, the enemies are going to emerge, and here you see them activating a mechanic known as Overwatch. Now this mechanic is pretty integral to the gameplay flow of Gears Tactics. Now you'll either see me counteract with another Overwatch, or I'm going to try and close this emergence hole. Yes, you can see me here equipping the frag grenade. So this is going to allow me to close the emergence hole and stop further enemies from respawning. The game kindly, and I say kindly, chooses to close the emergence hole itself after about 2 or 3 goes. I guess this is to avoid enemy overload and making the game unfair. I found in an encounter in the next level that the emergence hole was spitting out more enemies than I would like, and then just as I thought it was getting too much, the hole closes up and you breathe a sigh of relief as enemies level out and become more manageable. So here we see me trying to get in the flank here. Now I'm about to take this enemy out. So what Overwatch does is those red cones radiating from the enemy ensure anything that moves in that radius takes fire, assuming the enemy has ammunition to do so. And here we see Gabe going down. So clearly I am not as pro at this game as I thought I was. Clearly have some work to do. How embarrassing. So here we see Sid completely boxed in, so I need to do something. Please don't reload. Do anything but reload. I may counteract with an Overwatch of my own to try and catch the enemy there in his tracks. No, I chose to shoot, which is a class as a movement ability, and I paid the price by getting caught in 2 Overwatch instances. Oh, beautiful. Charging Retro Lancer Bayonet takedown. Straight out of the likes of Gears of War 3 and Gears 4, even Gears 5. It is really brilliant stuff. But the game does stay faithful to the foundation set by the Gears of War games. You can imagine, from the way these characters are animated and designed in Gears Tactics, that you could just change the camera angle and it would play just like Gears of War normally would. That's how you know the Coalition has really honed their craft here with this game. Really took into account what makes Gears of War, and how not to lose that with a different gameplay style. I've really enjoyed Gears Tactics so far. I mean, this is somebody like myself, like I said, who doesn't really play XCOM or any other games in that style. And I felt right at home here playing Gears Tactics. It didn't feel like a difficult learning curve like those games can sometimes feel. It felt fairly natural. I mean, on the screen you see me absolutely get destroyed, which is a bit embarrassing. This enemy wisely planting a Overwatch cone over my downed body, so if Sid chooses to revive me, he's gonna have a bad time. So how are we going to counteract that here? We're probably going to take the flank around the left hand side. Yeah, it appears we are doing so. Get the drop on the enemy and take them out would be the ideal play here. Yep, that's right, Sid. Move around the side and pop a cap in his ass. Yep. Oh, we just missed him. That teaches me to talk, over my own gameplay. That's embarrassing. That feels bad. And can we take another shot at him here? No, Gabe is okay, and we're down again. So we need to figure out a way to get Gabe back up, back in the fight, without him dying. Otherwise, we do restart the level. May have mentioned before, if Gabe or Sid die, you have to restart the level. They are not disposable. They are integral to the game's plot, so they need to survive in whatever scenario they find themselves in. So the enemy's placed down an Overwatch cone here. Again, the Overwatch mechanic is designed to make you think 2 or 3 steps ahead of what you are already planning. So it acts like a game of rock, paper, scissors. You'll see us equip the snub pistol, shoot the enemy. The snub pistol deactivates the Overwatch ability. So it's like a game of rock, paper, scissors where you have to measure your offense against theirs and how best to counteract it. Are you going to throw a frag grenade and whittle the ranks down in the initial first stages of an encounter? Are you going to use the snub pistol to counteract the Overwatch mechanic and then allow you to flank or lead an all-out assault on the enemy? Or are you just going to use your Lancer and chainsaw enemies, very Gears of War, and it's still as fun as ever? And I really do like how the game incorporates the down and out mechanic, forcing you to use executions like you would do in the Gears of War games. It does find its way to get its blood and gore in there, which, I mean, I appreciate. I think it's ridiculously fun. We're probably going to execute an enemy here as well. Please do. Please do for the... Yes, here we go. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it. Chainsaw execution. Which one are we going to do? Execution, I feel. Yes, there we go. So you'll see the executions. They don't skimp out on the blood and gore. They don't tone it down for the sake of being a different genre of game. It's still, like I said, very Gears of War in nature. And these wretches here are going to have a bad time. We've set up a double Overwatch play here. One wretch got through the play, and is choosing to make us pay the price. And one drone there at the back he's camping, filthy camper, with his Overwatch. So we need to close the gap, shut down that enemy. I'll make our way back to the APC. So as you can tell, I'm talking a lot of positives here about Gears Tactics so far. And I've really enjoyed it. I can't find a lot of negatives really with this game. The encounters stay fresh. The environments so far are eye-popping to me and really do utilise the Xbox Series X and that additional power to run a silky smooth frame rate. I'm not necessarily gushing about this game, but I can't find anything negative to really say about it. The fiery backdrop is a nice change of pace from the usual grey, beige locales of Gears of War games past. I, for one, really soured on the Jacinto vibe, the cog cityscape sort of feel. You guys may know what I mean. Comment down below, let me know what is your favourite Gears of War game. That I do want to know. Mine personally is Gears of War 2. I love the underground locale with the Hive. I really loved the Nexus area. I think it's called the Nexus. I thought the Nexus looks brilliant. It was really, really, really well made, well crafted, and fighting through those Locust cityscapes really did make that game for me. Anyway, back to the gameplay. We see here that we are again using the Overwatch mechanics to try and trap that enemy in their tracks. Could we get the flank? So yeah, he's charging in and we've immediately shut him down. So, but again, he's now planted an Overwatch back on us, so we need to figure out a way to negate this Overwatch. Probably got to plant an Overwatch back on him, because he's going to want to move and flank. The smarter thing to do here will be to place an Overwatch down. I think we're going to do it. There we go, yeah. When you see that blue cone radiating out, you know that's an Overwatch that you're planting down there. And that should allow us to make a break for it. Here we go. There we go, battlefield cleared, let's move out. So it's wise, moving through the environments in Gears Tactics I've found so far. You are best moving through slowly and placing down Overwatches as you go. The game likes to throw enemies at you from the backdrop, so enemies will approach you all of a sudden and completely catch you off guard. To mitigate this, throw down an Overwatch, send your other character forward. That way you're drawing the enemies out and you can retreat and lead them into your Overwatch and whittle them down straight away. To avoid any unnecessary ball ache, really. It could be because I suck at games such as this. I like rushing in and just getting in the enemy's face, chainsawing them, and some enemies don't allow you to do that. Grenadiers from the other Gears of War games have a mechanic where if you are too near to them, they will shut down any attack you do. Much like the wretches, if you try and move, chainsaw, shoot when you're at like an arm's length to them, they will just claw you and completely destroy you, forcing you to keep distance and manage your space and really think 2 steps ahead. Games like this are all about, you know, they are centered around thinking 2 steps ahead and planning accordingly. So maybe it's just a disconnect. Maybe I'm just absolutely crap at games like this, but Gears Tactics felt fair. It felt balanced. It explained all its mechanics in detail to me. Nothing felt overwhelming. I really felt baby down for a newbie such as me to this genre. So yeah, all in all, really good impressions for this game. And the fact that the game is so welcoming to people such as myself into the genre, with fantastic cutscenes, intriguing story so far, it really does go to show that games like this can be approachable for new players. So, back to our victory. Back to our, back to our hub, as you would. That was our victory screen. So here's where we'd probably go back in and customise our character, customise our characters, upgrade them, but we'll go straight into the second stage of this level here. Or just another cutscene, we'll see. The facial models and the facial animations are absolutely stunning. I mean, every time I look at them, it just really catches me off guard. The games look like that now. It's insane. Absolutely insane. And Initiative, I just call them the Initiative. Oh boy, I'm going to get grilled for that. The Coalition deserve all the... Oh no. I'm sorry, the Coalition. Oh, that's my bad. That is really shoddy commentary of mine. I mean... So anyway, those are my thoughts on Gears Tactics. That is another episode of Retrospective Rambling. So yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you think of Gears Tactics so far. Have you played it? What do you think about it? Let's keep that discussion going as always. Thank you so much for watching. You know, I may not have said this before, but this channel is only just starting, and I am having a great time, you know, just making these videos, and I'm really exploring games and giving my impressions on games I wouldn't normally play. It has been a fun journey so far, and I plan to keep that going. Stay tuned for another episode of Retrospective Rambling. Who knows what it's going to be next? Hey, just shout out some games down below. Give me some ideas, and hell, you know, we might make it happen. Like and subscribe only if you enjoyed the video. It would help me out greatly. Yeah, let's keep that momentum going into the next video. Thank you guys, you know, for all your support so far. It's really been brilliant. It's been really fun. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video here on Retrospectable. I'm Connor, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.